So we're at the start of a period where Manchester United literally only have one game in the space of about 35 days. And literally, there's F all Manchester United news today. I was going to do a news video and I'm literally like, I'm just going to be talking in circles. There's nothing new. So I thought, you know what? Let's do a Q&A. I put it out there on Twitter. I put it out there on YouTube. You guys asked me some questions. And when I did a Christmas Q&A, you seemed to like it. So I thought I'd bring a Q&A back every now and then. Maybe we'll do a Q&A type video when there's not much to talk about. Maybe I should try some different kind of videos over this next month because there's F all going on in the Man United world. So if you have any video suggestions for the channel, let me know down below. But let's dive into the Q&A and let's start with probably the most asked question I got, and it was, what do you do outside of content creation? What interests you other than footy and blogs? And what are your favorite things to do that aren't necessarily football related? What are your favorite hobbies, pastimes outside of football? I would say outside of football, I would say playing football, but I guess that kind of includes football. To be honest, I'm pretty boring. Food. Does food count as a hobby? I like eating out. I like trying food places. I like trying restaurants. Like, I'm always over London trying new restaurants and stuff. So I'd probably say food. Cooking I like to do, but I can never really be bothered. Although I did make a minestrone soup today in batches. I'd say like my personality outside of football is probably food. I like food. I guess I like listening to music. I like seeing friends, going for a drink at the pub. I mean, that's really about it. I guess I like watching documentaries as well, if that's a hobby. I don't really watch films, but I watch a lot of like documentary stuff on like things like World War and nerdy stuff, the Cold War. Probably just kind of, yeah, pretty boring to be honest. I don't have, football is kind of my life. What would you be doing for a job if you were not a United YouTube content creator? And honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but my backup was like teacher. I was like, if I cannot figure out what I want to do in life, maybe I'll just become a PE teacher. I always kind of liked school. I was always kind of sporty. I was like, that might be my backup. I think I always knew I wanted to go in the media kind of route. So maybe I'd just be in media, but maybe it wouldn't be football related media. I like media. I like journalism. I like content creation. That's kind of what I've always wanted to do. But maybe like a PE teacher or something, to be honest. That would have been my like backup. What your favorite sport besides football? I'm not going to say the other word. What's that word beginning with S? What is that word beginning with S? Honestly. Do you follow any other sports, Alice? Is one I got asked a bit. And to be honest, not really. Like, football is my life. I love football. I love playing hockey. If I play other sports, I like hockey. I like rounders. But no, I follow the Olympics. Like the big events. Like, I'll watch like a Wimbledon final, Wimbledon semi-final. If England were in a rugby or cricket final, I'd watch that. But not really. Football's the only event, the sport I actually follow. I would say number 2 would maybe be the Olympics. I do quite like the Olympics, like the running and the bigger events, I mean, the Olympics is always good fun to watch. So I would probably put that number 2, if that counts as a sport, because I know it's loads of different sports and that, but I would probably say the Olympics. I know a lot of people are into like F1 and that, boxing and that. And, I've never really got into it. I'll watch like a boxing, if it's a big boxing event, like Tyson Fury at AJ with friends as a social thing. But no, I just love football. I'd probably say the Olympics. This is a question I got. Do you believe Spurs could be relegated? I do. I wouldn't have said that 2 months ago. But Spurs, for the last 3 months, are bottom of the Premier League form. Not even in the relegation zone, bottom. Like worse than Wolves, worse than Burnley. The feeling that they're too good to go down, well, actually, look at their mentality, look at their attitude. Forest have fight, West Ham have fight, Tottenham don't. So I do think Tottenham could go down. Are you religious? If so, what religion? Personally, I'm not religious. I've never really been religious, personally. I think if I was religious, I'd probably be Catholic, because that's what my granddad was, and I guess family. But no, never really been religious. Hi, Alice. Is there other content creators you listen to? And if you do, who do you watch regularly? I used to watch so much content creation. I used to watch so many content creators. And then I feel like since I started doing content, I don't really watch other content creators. I know that's a really boring answer, but I'm so engrossed in my own content that I don't really watch anyone else. Like, I might check out a video here and there. I'm more just looking at what other people are doing. Like, I look at what other people are doing in the space, you know, like their titles, their thumbnails, what they're making content on, what's working for them. Because, like, from a business perspective, I always look at what other people do. But of course, I'll see a video here and there. Like, if Arsenal lose, I'm going to be checking out AFTV, of course. But I see a video here and there that I watch, but there's not really a content creator that I massively follow now. Like, back in the day, like, I'm talking like 10, 12 years ago, like, I used to watch them Minecraft YouTubers like Bayesian Canadian, Preston Plays, Lachlan, like, back in the day, like Vic Star. I feel like 2014, I used to watch a lot of content creators. A little bit of FIFA as well. A few FIFA content creators like Road to Shore back in the day, but I haven't played video games in so long, years. So I don't really watch content creators. I'd say the one I probably would watch the most would be maybe like a Nicole Milana. I think when his videos come up, they're normally quite good. Maybe like documentary style YouTubers that kind of travel and go to places like Yes Theory. I probably watch a few of their videos. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. There's actually one called Fern. There's one called Fern, and they just do like kind of cool videos. So I'd probably say I probably watch them the most. I can't really explain it, but it's like kind of documenting things that happen, like heists and events and stuff. So I'd probably say Fern if I had to pick one content creator. That's the kind of content I watch, to be honest, these days. Another question I get, and I get this question a lot, which kind of surprises me because I'm literally 25. Are you married, Alice? I get that a lot, but I guess, to be fair, it depends where you are in the world. Like, I feel like in a lot of places in the world, it's probably quite normal to be married at 25. But no, I'm not married. You know, that's something probably in the future, hopefully, but I have no plans to get married anytime soon. This guy decided to give me like a million questions, and I can't lie, some of these names I'm not really 100% sure on who they are. So he's asked me to pick. So I would say Spice Girls, because I can't think of anything from All Saints. I guess I'd say Backstreet Boys over NKOTB. Is that New Kids on the Block or Backstreet Boys? I'd probably say Backstreet Boys. NSYNC or One Direction every day. Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga. I mean, I quite like them both. I'll go Taylor Swift. She's a bit more relevant now. Oh, actually, no, that's insulting to Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Oh, no, Lady Gaga is mint, but I'll go Taylor Swift. Rihanna or Beyonce. Rihanna. I love Rihanna. Sabrina Carpenter or Olivia Rodrigo. I'd go Olivia Rodrigo. Tate McRae or Dua Lipa. Kylie Minogue or Madonna. I've never watched EastEnders or Corrie, so I can't answer that. I've never watched The Voice, so I'd have to go Britain's Got Talent. I've barely watched The Chase on Deal or No Deal, but I'll go with The Chase because I used to quite like answering the questions. Man United or Boyfriend at Manchester United. Champions League or the Euros Champions League. Ronaldo or Maradona. Ronaldo. There's your answers. Would you film a video with footballers if given a chance, and if so, who? I've had chances to film videos with like TikTok content with footballers in the past. But the thing with me is, like, my content is talking about football. Like, if there's a lot of content creators out there, particularly on TikTok. I'm going to use Ben for an example. He's a Man City fan, and he does a lot of content with footballers. But that's because his content is kind of doing skill, playing football, like vlog type stuff. Even like Fogden's sort of gone more to vlog type stuff, whereas my content is purely just talking about football. So if I would do content with a footballer, I guess it would be more like talking to a footballer, asking them their opinions on football rather than playing football with them. I think it would just be hard to figure out what would I film. I'm open to doing content with a footballer. Obviously, it'd be Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes would be the footballer I would want to do content with. But I just don't know what I'd do. Like, I lack creativity as a content creator because I'm just used to chatting here. Like, if I all of a sudden get a chance to do content with Bruno, I guess it would be an interview, you know? I'm like, I could do crossbar challenge with Bruno, but I'm going to lose. There's no point. Yeah, I would have to, like, look and try and think of something fun to do. But, of course, it would be Bruno Fernandes. Maybe Ronaldo, but I think Bruno Fernandes. I get this one. Are you a secret Spurs fan? No. Spurs are my favourite club out of all the big six clubs that aren't Man United, obviously. I mean, I say favourite. They're the one that I dislike the least. You know, out of all the big six clubs that aren't Man United, I like Spurs more than Arsenal. I like Spurs more than Chelsea. I like Spurs more than City, Liverpool, obviously. I like Spurs more than a lot of clubs in the Premier League, but I don't like Spurs. But because when I did some work with Tottenham, I had to wear a Tottenham kit, and I got an opportunity to play football in the Tottenham Stadium, but I had to wear a Tottenham kit as I was playing football in the Tottenham Stadium. I get allegations of being a secret Spurs fan because there's me in Tottenham kit playing football in their stadium, which is mad to think that that could be in the Championship next season, but no. And that is the end of the Q&A. I got loads of questions, so maybe I'll do another Q&A at some point soon because, I mean, is there anything to talk about in the world of Man United? But if you do have any ideas, I mean, I could do a vlog, but I'm really boring. It would be me getting up, cooking, eating, making content. I'm not going to film myself when I'm out with my friends, washing. I could do a vlog, but I feel like an Alice vlog would be so boring. But if you have any content ideas, just throw it my way. Give me something to do. Because Man United, there's nothing to talk about. Thank you for watching. Bye.